Hey all, Melody here, mama of 4 in our blended family of 6. Welcome to Homeschool Happy Hour. Today, I want to talk to you about choosing curriculum. If you have not already selected your curriculum for the upcoming homeschool year, then stick around and let's look at some things that might help curriculum choosing be a little bit more successful, a little bit more fun, and get you what you need for your home. If you have already chosen your curriculum, hopefully that you'll still stick around, watch the video, and then share some of your favorite tips down below for other people to look at and consider when they're choosing their curriculum. Of course, as always, please take a second to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and check us out on Instagram at Homeschool Happy Hour. I have been AWOL for a while, so I'm really glad to be back with you guys. Long time no see. I do have some great curriculum reviews headed your way as soon as I get it all put together. But I wanted to talk today about just the curriculum selection process. If you are brand new to homeschooling, never homeschooled before, and you're looking at homeschooling in the upcoming year, hopefully this video will be incredibly helpful for you. If you have homeschooled before, it's still nice to get different ideas and balance ideas with other people. First, I would like to talk about when I was new to homeschooling. Now, it's been a minute. We are going into our 9th year of homeschooling this coming school year with let's see, our oldest is leaving for college, so she will be out of the house. We will have 2 exchange students coming in that will be attending the local public school, high school. Our second oldest daughter will be a sophomore, but she will be doing distance learning at home. So not quite homeschool, but she will be home doing her work here. And then my next child, she'll be a 9th grader / 8th grader. That gets a little tricky because she's gonna be registering for sports as an 8th grader because she's younger, but she'll be working towards her high school credits if she was to continue through homeschool and graduate through homeschool program. And then my youngest daughter will be starting the 6th grade in the fall. When I first started homeschooling, curriculum really stressed me out. Like, it really stressed me out. And the number one thing that anyone I talked to said was, do not purchase a package curriculum. Don't do it. It's a waste of money. It never has exactly what you need. They said, piece things together and make your own curriculum. Well, I found this idea really overwhelming. I was nervous about homeschooling. I wanted to make sure I was doing it right. Wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Wanted to make sure my kids didn't get behind. You can see I had a lot of thoughts there that did not really belong in this equation, but I didn't realize that yet. So I started off homeschooling through a HomeLink program through our public school, and that gave me the confidence to branch out separate from the public school later, which I will talk about in another video, the challenges and benefits of partnering with the public school. For the purposes of curriculum, I never did end up choosing a packaged curriculum. I went to the teacher that ran the homeschool program, and she helped me select some things out of their curriculum library that they had so that I could get a look at everything hands-on. Now, this was, of course, it was 9 years ago, 8 years ago, I don't know exactly how many years, very pre-COVID. So they used to have homeschool conferences each year in our state. Most states did have them then. Since COVID, those conferences have been shut down. I never did make it to one, but everyone always suggested if you can attend a homeschool conference, go to one because you can get your hands on all kinds of curriculum. I'm a very hands-on person. I like to look at things. This was before I could find good secular videos on YouTube so that I could see the reviews and see the inside of the materials. So it felt like choosing curriculum was kind of blind. You had to go to the site that you wanted for a certain company and it would just show you their package of curriculum. And of course, if you're looking at a package curriculum online, then they're telling you all the bells and whistles and the amazing things about their curriculum. They're not going to tell you the things that might not work for you because they're trying to sell their product. For me, Having the guidance from the teacher really did help. Looking at it hands-on really did help. But I still was really reliant on, like, here's our curriculum, and then we're going to follow that curriculum. Like, the curriculum is the lead, and then it's our job to just follow along with that. I have found over the years that that was a very backward approach. It wasn't as helpful as we've gone with more of a child-directed approach now. We do have curriculum still. I do use YouTube and other resources to research different curriculum that we want to try. I used to think that you had to finish it from front to back. I still kind of feel that way. There's this little voice inside my head that's always like, but if you don't finish those last 10 pages, you'll miss something, which that's just a me thing that I totally need to get over. Anyway, tip number 1, you should probably just skip the package curriculum because our children aren't packaged children. They don't come in a neat little box that fits where everything, science, math, language arts, history, is all going to fit together perfectly for that one kid. Maybe you'll find a package that you love and you stick with it and you like that it's all together and all incorporated. If you can, that's fantastic. And when I say package curriculum, I'm talking about curriculum that has all the separate subjects that are put together, as opposed to certain curriculums that you can build on. So let's say you have a literature-based curriculum. There's lots of them out there, a lot of different options. And maybe that is your core, and then you build off of that to do your history or your science. That's different in my mind from a package curriculum where it has a specific history, science, language arts, math setup that you're all supposed to do together. Tip number 2, I would say, is consider your child's learning style. Is your child a visual learner? Are they a kinesthetic learner? Are they an auditory learner? This can really help you narrow it down. Do you want something that's very hands-on? Do you want hands-on math, or do you want a math that they're reading a story and they're obtaining the math through the story? Or perhaps you want a math that provides videos online or that is based on gameplay. There's so many different approaches to any subject. Understanding how your child learns successfully and how they learn comfortably will help you really narrow down what curriculum to do. So, for example, there was a curriculum, which I will not name here once, that I had heard raving reviews on. It was really expensive, but the people that I heard talk about it, they were talking about how great it was. And so I finally ordered it and I brought it home. I opened up the box and I knew almost instantly, this is not gonna work for my kid, because that particular child didn't want to do her math by building things and putting it together. She liked to read. She liked to read through the instructions. She liked to work through it in a book or literature format, not in a let's spend the time building. She's not even interested in doing that. So I ended up sending that curriculum back, continued to look until we found a math curriculum that worked better for her based on her learning style. Next, you're going to want to know, what is your style as a parent? What's your approach as a parent? Are you wanting to do very structured lessons where you're sitting down together? Do you want to be highly involved in those lessons? Do you want someone else to give instruction if you're not comfortable with a certain subject? Are you looking for something that will have an online video or something that doesn't rely heavily on you doing the lesson? Or do you want step-by-step instructions for you to be able to give the lesson? Maybe you want an audio book for your child to listen to so that you can set it up and go work with another child or go do something else that you have going on in your life. How involved do you plan to be? And that can certainly change with different subject areas. You can have some that you're highly involved in, some that you're more hands-off in. And if you are highly involved, what format works well for you to teach the material? So this can be the most challenging part, in my opinion, combining number 2 and number 3, where you're looking at your child's learning style and your teaching style. For example, again, I will use math. I enjoy math quite a bit. I really like it. I understand it well, and I enjoy teaching it. But the way that I do math is very different from the way that my oldest homeschooler, the prisoner, understands and retains math. And so it's been very challenging for us to find a good fit where I'm the lead teacher in that. So I had wanted to be highly involved in her math lessons, but it turned out that it worked better when I wasn't as involved with her math lessons, and I had a material for her that she could do more independently, that had outside guidance available, and that I could just kind of be there to supplement as needed and not be the one leading the lesson. Number 4, and I don't think this, I'm not ranking these in order of importance, so I don't think that number 4 is any less important than number 1, 2, or 3. In fact, it might be more important, and that is, before you choose a curriculum, take the time to decide what are your homeschool priorities? What are your homeschooling goals? And you can do this a year at a time. So like this year, do you have a goal to get outside more? Do you want to learn through nature? Do you want to learn through hands-on? Do you want to accomplish a certain number of tasks? What are your priorities? Are you working more on relationships, or perhaps your child has some behavior things that you're working on, or character traits that you really want to focus on? Or do you want to work heavily on academics this year? Deciding where you're at year by year, or even month by month or semester by semester, whatever works for you, and then building on that makes a really strong foundation. I find that if you look and see, where is my child at right now, behaviorally, with their character, with their ability to interact with the world, with spending time outdoors, all these things. They say that success can be measured more by a child's social and emotional skills than by their academic skills. So if your child is struggling with something, maybe they have some anxieties that you need to work on, or maybe the sibling relationships right now are something you really need to work on, then I would strongly recommend building your homeschool plan and curriculum around that. Find some games and activities and curriculum that promotes personal growth first. Build on that. And then maybe add in a little bit of academic stuff. And if it could be something as simple as, I don't know why, but I've got math on the brain today, so we'll just keep using math. Instead of formal math lessons, this year we're going to learn math through gameplay. And that will help work on our sibling relationships and our, depending on the age of your child, just understanding rules of the game and working together and that kind of stuff. Or maybe for our language arts, instead of doing a separate program for child A and child B, we're going to do a literature-based program where I, as the parent, read out loud to them, or they read out loud to me. I do feel like no matter where your child's at, relationships first is a really quality homeschool approach. But that can take up more or less of your time depending on where they're at. So if you're in a year where that really needs a lot of attention for whatever reason, maybe it's been a hard year, there's been a lot going on in your life, then take the time to do that first, and then maybe choose some light curriculum to add to that, rather than building all this curriculum and then trying to fit it into the needs of your home afterwards. That is a recipe for stress. Hopefully that all makes sense to you. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and tip number 5, last but not least. No matter what curriculum you do choose, no matter what approach you think you're going to take, be flexible. Be ready to bend, be ready to make adjustments as the year goes on. If you have this plan in the beginning of the year and you get this curriculum, you might find right away that is just not going to work for you. Don't feel a pressure to continue to do that curriculum for any reason. There's no need to finish the curriculum or stick with the curriculum. Yes, it can be a financial investment, which I understand can be very challenging, can be very frustrating, but at the end of the day, that's not the most important piece. Setting that aside, if it's not working for you, will likely get you a lot farther than trying to hammer through something that just doesn't work. And I'm not talking about if it's frustrating on this day, or my kid just decided today they didn't like it. I think it's important to work through hard things. I think it's important for our kids to know that you don't have to be entertained and like every second of every day. Sometimes we need to just buckle down and get some work done. that's fine. I'm talking about like, it has shown a pattern of it's not a good fit. It's not working. It's interfering with relationships. The child isn't gaining what you're hoping that they'll gain from it. I'm talking about a bigger picture not working, not we're having a bad day not working. But remember that the curriculum is there to serve you and your child, not the other way around. If it doesn't work for you, let it go, no regrets, try something new, or maybe just take a break if that's what you need in the moment. I hope those tips can help your curriculum selection flow more smoothly for you and your family. I hope that you find a curriculum that works well for you. If you're looking for secular curriculums in particular, please check out some of my other videos. I have a lot of curriculum reviews out there. I'm working on getting more curriculum reviews going now. In our family, I have taken a step back from YouTube and Instagram and have been trying to focus on family and enjoy the nice weather that's outside. And so I haven't had a lot of new material come out lately, but there is more to come. And I do have a lot of other videos, if you're new to my channel, that you can take the time to check out if you want to look at different curriculum options. Fortunately, we also have a lot of other amazing secular homeschoolers out there that are sharing curriculum. So if you have any questions about choosing curriculum, or if you have a tip to share with somebody else, please make sure to drop it in the comment box below. Otherwise, I will catch you next time.